Hello everybody, welcome to my channel and welcome to my how-to video on how to make a lawn striper. If you're like me and you find yourself watching this, you're probably wanting to build you one of these and stripe your yard to make it look like a baseball field or a golf course. However, I have a very small lawn. I don't have a whole lot to mow, and I also don't have the funds to go buy a professional grade lawn mower with a striping kit on it, so we're going to turn our standard old push mower into one. Here on the tailgate of my pickup truck, you can see the supplies that you're going to need. You could probably build this thing for less than 25-30 bucks, even cheaper than that. If you have some of this stuff laying around at your house already, you can build one real cheap. So to start out with, we went to our local home supply store. I'm not sponsored by anybody in this video. All this stuff is just stuff that I've owned and stuff that I bought, and we'll go over a few of the things that we'll need. First of all, you're going to need your lawn mower. Mine's a 21-inch push mower that's got the bagger on it, which I don't have the bag on it. We bought a piece of 3-inch schedule 40 PVC pipe. It was already cut to length. However, I am going to have to cut it down just a little bit. I think it's 24 inches long or so, and we only need 21 since my mower is a 21-inch cut. So we got that. Let me get my microphone here. You might hear a little noise. We'll clip that on. So to start out with, like I said, we've got the pipe. It came pre-cut, 24-inch length. We've got our 2 carabiners, 3 eye bolts, 4 washers here, and we also got some lock nuts. Make sure you get these lock nuts. And I'm also going to use a little bit of red Loctite, which is probably just a little bit of overkill on it, but once we get this thing together, it probably won't come back apart, so we want to make sure that our nuts stay locked in place. Also, we got what's called some test caps or some knockouts. Do not get the regular end caps that go over your pipe, because it will leave it'll be higher than the edge of your stripers. So you get these, they insert in the middle, and it'll be flush out here on the end. So make sure you get the test caps or the knockouts. I'm going to be installing these with some Gorilla Glue. Of course, we'll put the glue in there. We'll go over all that. Got a Sharpie for doing some marking, my tape measure, and some tape. I'll show you what I'm going to be doing with the tape here in a minute. Just a regular handsaw will work. Drill bits, a couple of wrenches, and a drill. And I will be filling this with just some regular old play sand. You could put gravel, pour it full of concrete, whatever you have, but sand's going to work for me. So this is just the basics of what we're doing, and we'll get into getting this thing put together and getting it installed, and then we'll do a video of what my yard looks like before I mow and after I mow. So stick around and we'll get to work on getting it built. Okay everybody, to get started out here, we only need 21 inches length on our pipe or striper. So what we're going to do, you got to be careful when you go to sawing this with your handsaw. It'll get wonky on you and then go off at an angle, so we're going to try to make it to where we're going to score the outside of the pipe before we saw completely through. So I'm just going to go through and make several marks around the pipe at 21 inches like we need, and then we'll come back, and this is where the tape's going to come into play at. So let me get the lid off of this. So we're going to mark 21. We'll roll the pipe. 21. right, so we made several marks around the pipe right there. And what I want to try to do with my tape, we'll try to line these marks up. And it don't have to be exactly right on 21, but we're going to try it. All right. And what I'm doing here, I'm just trying to make me a straight line to try to keep this as flush as I can. That way it don't walk on us and get all wonky. And our end cap or our test cap will fit in there flush. So what you can see, we've hopefully created a fairly flush straight line like it would be here on the factory cut. So when you go to place this in there, it'll be flush. Okay, I went in and got my razor blade knife, and what we're going to do here, we're just going to take the edge of the knife and we're going to just scrape this. That way our test cap can go in there real good without any issues. We'll also scrape the edge of it right here. Be careful with these knives. As you all know, they will get you. And when you get got with one of these, it's never a good thing, so just be careful. All right, we're going to take the tape off of it. Don't look too bad. Looks like a pretty flush cut. We'll take it. So what we've got here, there's the scrap piece. Get it out of the way. We probably won't need the saw anymore. We're going to need that. We're going to need that. So the idea behind this is a 21-inch cut mower. And what we're going to do, I know I'm probably standing right in the way here. Let me get around here and see if we can see that in the frame. All right. So, what we're going to do here, I'm probably going to remove this little flap, and I'm going to use the holes that the flap connected in. Your mower may be different. You may have to drill some holes in yours, but essentially what we're going to do is use the carabiner here to put this in the trash bag hanging here, put that in the trash. So we're going to clip the carabiner through here. We got a little ant farm going on here in my mower. Let's see if we can remove this one. Okay, let me take a look. Yeah, that one's got a clip on it. All right, let me pause this video again and go get another tool. Okay, I went in the house and got a couple of pair of pliers out of my toolbox, and it pulled that out. All right, there's that. So what we'll be doing with the carabiners, if we can get these to go through here, we may have to go back to get bigger ones. So I don't know if these are going to work. Yep, they will work. That's great. So we don't have to make another trip back to the hardware store. Perfect. So what we'll do here, we're going to drill some holes through our pipe and connect these eye bolts to that, and we're going to be dragging this behind it. And it's very important, very, very important here, when you drill the holes for your eye bolts, you need to keep them straight across, because otherwise when you hook this up, if it's not straight, it's going to be one will be down here and one will be up here like this, so to speak, and it'll cause your striper to drag at a different angle. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this factory stamp on the pipe as my reference point to drill my holes for my eye bolts. So that's what we're going to do there. Okay, before we drill these holes in our striper, I'm going to pull a measurement here, center to center, where my carabiners are going to be. And mine looks like it's going to be 16 inches on center. So we'll make that a 16 inch on center for our holes right here. And my eye bolts that I got are 5/16 inch by 3 1/4 inch. So the holes for this, we will get a drill bit. And of course, with the eye bolt being a 5/16, we'll need a 5/16 drill bit. A lot of people, I mean, you guys may know it, you may not. People will try to line that up and you'll never know. Looks close, but this end of your drill bit is the same exact size as this end. So you can take that in, hold it up, plus, I mean, 5/16, and it's 5/16 bit. So if you don't know, anyways, good little tip for you right there. Same size, so it'll be a 5/16. We'll get the drill set up and be right back. Okay, we've got our eye bolts installed, and what I did, we've got them both on there. I put the blue thread lock on it. Got both those installed. What I also did, I took my tape measure. I'm gonna try to keep these two the same length. You, of course, got adjustment on it right here. So just to try to keep everything straight. Out to the tip of the eye bolts, 2 1/4 for me. You can adjust yours however you like, but I'm trying to keep everything the same. Try to keep that, turn that back around just a little bit. Keep that straight, looks straight. All right, now we're gonna move on to putting our end caps in, or test caps. And what I'm gonna do, take a little bit of Gorilla Glue. Okay, I'm going to put the one end in there. Wipe the glue off my hand. So there's what the one end will look like. Of course, we're going to have to fill it with sand. I'll be right back with you. Okay, I do have another eye bolt that I'm going to install, and what I'm going to do here, I don't have it hooked up, I've just got it laying here for reference. And what my plans are with this eye bolt, it's one that's just a little bit smaller. I done tore the tag off of it. I don't know what the size was on it, but it's smaller than the ones that I got, than the 5/16 for those. And I'm going to install this one right here. And what my vision is for this is I'm going to install this eye bolt, and I'm going to hook me a rope to it and bring it up here to my handle where I'm holding on to my handlebars. That way when I make my turn to go straight back up so I can make my lines, my stripes in my yard, the rope will be connected to this, and I'm going to pick it up a little bit off of the grass when I make my turn. That way it's not making a U-shaped stripe at the end of my runs on my yard. So I'm going to install this one right here, and we'll drill some holes and get it installed and come back to that. Here we have the striper connected to the mower. As you can see, just got the carabiners hooked into the little flap that was factory on the mower. I took it off. Here's the center bolt that I put in the striper, and the reason I did that is when you go to make your turn, or if you need to back up, you can pick this up and take the weight off of it. And also when you make your turn to go back the other way, this doesn't make a U-shaped stripe at the end of your turn. So that's the reason I put that center bolt in it. A lot of the other people that's made these, I haven't seen this on that. That's the idea that I came up with, to put that in there to keep from making that U-shaped stripe when you make your turn. Also, you can pick it up and take the weight off of it if you need to back up. Okay, everybody, here's just a sample of the result that we got out of this. I'm very, very impressed with what we've done for less than $25, $30, even cheaper. If you have some of the supplies just laying around your house with some scraps or whatever that you can make this out of, I would like to say that I have watched a couple of how-to videos on this, and people did not include that center eye bolt that I did on mine, and I think that's a very important step to do right here. As you guys can see, I've got a rope, but I'm going to go get a pulley system and rig it up a little bit better. I just didn't think about it when I had this in my mind to plan this out, and I just tied a loop in my string. And what we do here when we make our turn, or if you have to back up, you can pick up and take the weight off of that. That way when you make your turn, it does not put a U shape in the end of your lawn. So I think that's a very important step to do that as well. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I appreciate you guys tuning in and watching it. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I know this is not my regular content here on my channel, but I am going to do a few how-to videos here and there. So if you find yourself watching this, please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment on this. And maybe you guys can enjoy some of my other content. This has been my how-to video on your homemade lawn striping kit for your standard push mower, East Tennessee Railway. Thank you for watching.